The sum of three consecutive integers, 153. The largest of these three integers is. So we have x plus 1 plus x plus 2 is equal to 153. So that means 3x plus 3 is equal to 153. So 3x is 150, and therefore x is equal to 50. Now the largest, therefore, if this is x, this is 51, this is 52. The largest of those three is obviously 52. So number 9, the answer is A. Ewan writes out a sequence where he counts by 11 starting at 3. The resulting sequence is 3, 14, 25, 36, and so on. A number will appear in Ewan's sequence is a number that will appear. Well, I guess you just keep adding 11. So get out your calculator and just keep adding 11 to 36. And eventually you'll get to 102. Then the next one will be 113, then 124, and so on. So of these answer choices, the one that's going to be part of that sequence is 113. So 7 would be A. The first term in a sequence is x. Each of the following terms is obtained by doubling the previous term and then adding 4. If the third term is 52, then x is equal to 2. So the first term is x. How do we get the second term? We have to double the first term and then add 4. How do we get the next term? Well, double this term. So 2x plus 4, I have to double that and then add 4. And they tell me that this is 52. So 2 times 2x plus 4 is equal to 52. So I've got 4x plus 8 plus 4 is equal to 52. Therefore, 4x plus 12 is equal to 52. 4x is therefore equal to 40, and x is equal to 10. So number 10, the answer is 10, and that is choice D. Penelope folds a piece of paper in half, creating 2 layers of paper. She folds the paper in half again, creating a total of 4 layers of paper. If she continues to fold the paper in half, which of the following is a possible number of layers that could be obtained? So you fold it once, you get 2. You fold it again, you get 4. Basically, it will double. So if you fold it again, it will be 8. If you fold it again, it'll be 16. If you fold it again, it'll be 32, and so on, right? So of those, the only one that's in the answer choices is 16. So number 6, the answer is D. Kayla went for a walk every day last week. Each day she walked half as far as she did the day before. If she walked 8 kilometers on Monday last week, how many kilometers did she walk on Friday last week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday she walked 8, so each day she walks half the amount that she did the previous day. So on Tuesday it would be 4, Wednesday 2, Thursday 1, and Friday a half, or 0.5. So on Friday last week she walked 0.5, so that means for number 8 the answer is E. 3 1 by 1 by 1 cubes are joined face to face in a single row and placed on a table as shown. The cubes have a total of 11 exposed 1 by 1 faces. If 60 1 by 1 by 1 cubes are joined face to face in a single row and placed on a table, how many of the 1 by 1 faces are exposed? Well, in a very similar way, we are doing the exact same thing, but I'm not going to write out obviously all 60. That would be crazy. I'm just going to make you a diagram that looks like it. So we are doing the same kind of thing, but with 60. So let's talk about this. ... So obviously I've only drawn 6, but there's 60. Okay, on either end there's going to be 1. So 1 here and 1 here. That's not going to change. And then on this side and on the other side that you can't see, there's going to be 60. 60 here, 60 there. And then on the top there will be 60 1 by 1 faces. So the total, 1 plus 1 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60, and that is 182 of those 1 by 1 faces will be exposed. So number 10, the answer is C. The sum of the first 2005 terms of the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, ... is. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, dot, 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 and so on, right? And they're saying there's 2005 terms. So this keeps on going until you get to the 2005th term. Now, obviously, you're not going to write them all out, so we have to figure out what is the term there. Well, these are obviously groups of 4, correct? So every fourth term, the 4th term, the 8th term, and so on, will end a group, correct? So we have to figure out 2005, is it divisible by 4? If it is, perfect. But 2005 is not divisible by 4 exactly. It'll be 501 with a remainder of 1. So that basically means that as we go along, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, the very last group, and then at the very end, you'll have a 1, the digit 1, correct? That's the 2005th term. And this 4 right here is the 2004th term. Okay? And this 1 is essentially this guy, because it's the start of the next group of 4. All right, so the sum is pretty straightforward. Each of these sums is 10. Each of these sums. So the sum, the total, is going to be 10, but we've got 501 of those groups of 4. And then we have this lone 1 out at the very end. So don't forget to add that one. And there you go. That's the sum. So this will be 5,011. And therefore, number 6, the answer is A. E1 writes out a sequence where he counts by 11s starting at 3. The resulting sequence is 3, 11, 25, 36, and so on. A number that will appear in E1 sequences. You are just adding 11 each time, right? So you're starting at 3, then you're adding 11, and then 11, and then 11, and so on. If you keep going like that, you'll eventually get to 102, 113, 124, and so on. So as you can clearly see, 113 is part of that sequence. So number 4, the answer is A. An oblong number is the number of dots in a rectangular grid with one more row than column. The first 4 oblong numbers are 2, 6, 12, and 20, and are represented below. What is the 7th oblong number? All right, I'm not going to draw out the dots. I'm just going to draw out the dimensions. So the first one, the dimensions are 1 by 2. The second one, the dimensions are 2 by 3. Third one, 3 by 4. Fourth one, 4 by 5. And as you can probably tell, this pattern continues. So the fifth one will be 5 by 6. The sixth one will be 6 by 7. And the seventh one will be a 7 by 8 pattern of dots. And 7 by 8, 7 times 8 is 56. That would be the 7th oblong number. So number 4, the answer is C. In the sequence 32x dash dash x, each term after the second is the average of the 2 terms immediately before it. The value of x is 32, 8, dash, dash, and then x. So each term after the second is the average of the 2 terms immediately before it. So this term will be the average of these 2. So that's 32 plus 8 divided by 2, which is 40 divided by 2, which is 20. So this term will be the average of the preceding 2 terms. So that's 20 plus 8 divided by 2. 28 divided by 2 is 14. And therefore our x is the average of the preceding 2 terms, which is 20 plus 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 34 divided by 2, which is 17. So x is 17, and therefore number 10, the answer is A.